The pedal is also getting significantly softer, the brake pedal, which means those are indeed some Audi brakes. Ooh, so pretty, beautiful Passat. Just a Passat? Oh no, there are 4 pipes here. Sorry, 2 pipes there and 2 pipes there equals 4 pipes. Yeah, and also very big brakes. So, yeah, not your average Passat. Big shoe for scale. Look at that, shoe for scale. No, didn't make it dirty. Not more dirty than after doing a lap. Big wheels, Motec wheels, as far as I can see this. Yeah, Motec wheels. And more importantly, we have Audi S7 brakes on the front, which is also similar as the RS6. On the back we have Porsche Macan brakes, and the car has Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires. Look at that. Which is very important because the power that's running, 235 on the front, so it's actually not that big considering the power that it's outputting, and on the back we have also 235, so it's a square setup. But the most important thing is what's underneath the bonnet. We would need the key, of course. Porsche Penndienst. The German audience will understand the meme and they can mention that or explain it in the comments. Anyway, as mentioned, it's more interesting to see what's underneath the bonnet of this Passat, because it's not a Passat VR6. Actually, hold on a second. There was a Passat VR6 back in the days, but unfortunately they stopped making them, and now you can only go for 4-cylinder versions, not even 6. This is a good in-between solution because it has the Audi RS engine underneath. So the Daza 5-cylinder stock, it comes with 400 horsepower. In this case, look how pretty this is. Oh, beautiful. In this case, I've been told that it has 649 measured on the dyno. Now, aside from the power, the most important thing is the handling, because as you can see, the engine, the RS engine, is over the front axle. This makes the car understeery. To be honest, it's definitely worse than stock, but it wasn't as bad as you would expect, especially with the older engines, because not the Daza, but the one before that, it was the cast iron block. This is aluminum block, so much lighter, and therefore not that understeery. So quite good, quite good. One more thing that you need to know, the brake fluid is stock, and that's something you will see towards the end of the lap. It was kind of smoking, but other than that, I think it's one of the coolest daily sleeper cars that we have featured on the channel so far. So you guys enjoy the roar of the 5-cylinder and a 3-inch open exhaust. Funny enough, we didn't get banned, but hey. Quick shameless plug before the onboard. We're doing autumn sale on my website nürburgring.com that has Nürburgring licensed products that I have helped to co-develop or design, such as Nürburgring guides, posters, socks, you name it. Use code Misha15 and get 15% discount on all the products that are not discounted already until the end of October. And now, let's go for a lap. So, any expectations before we start the lap? Suspension might be soft. The brakes feel very, very good. There's one yellow, shouldn't be too bad. I wonder if the traction control is going to interfere too much, because you cannot switch it off completely because it's just a Passat. But everything else should be fun. So, should we keep the window open for the acceleration? We are. First gear, oil temp is okay, everything's recording. So let's hear it out for the Daza engine. Man. Okay, how do I close this? There we go. Right. The acceleration is already impressive. The first braking point as well. We have some loose stuff here and there, some kids' toys. Okay, so feels like the big turbo might be a bit understeery. Turbo understeery. Misha, what the hell? I mean, I haven't driven for almost a week now because I was in Croatia for a family holiday. Okay, understeer, because a heavy engine. most importantly, the Cup 2s are still cold. We have some track M2s ahead of us. And what? Oh, some issues with the dampers. It has KW V3 suspension on the car. So it's not aftermarket. Sorry, it's not stock. Therefore, probably the car is going a bit crazy. So I can feel the traction control is kicking in slightly, so it doesn't allow us to go full on the gas out of corners. I'm short shifting because the dash has not been remapped, because it shows the red line from the original engine, but we can go far beyond that, as you can see, and the car doesn't run into the rev limiter. Really impressive, definitely. The speed, the brakes, the suspension is quite compliant as well. I tried to do a lap 2 or 3 weeks ago with this car, but unfortunately I ended up into a closed track. The track was shut for an accident and didn't reopen ever since. So I drove it on the roads and realized the suspension is a bit too soft. Oh no, yellow flag. So I guess we can speak about the car. Yeah, as I was saying previously, the suspension had a bit too much of a soft setup, and therefore I was concerned that it wouldn't be compliant with the ring. So luckily the owner set it a bit stiffer. It's definitely better. It's not ideal for the track, but it's daily, very fast daily, so I cannot be complaining that it's not good or whatsoever. Yeah, unfortunately we couldn't be fast in this section because of the yellow, but then again, I think that this is where the car would stand out. Definitely not in the traffic. Alright, so yellow is gone, so unfortunately we couldn't do proper rotation because of the traction control kicking in. So I'm flat on the gas. We have also M2s ahead of us. I don't expect them to run similar amount of horsepower or much more than we do. Ooh, big understeer to the outside. Let's take it easy through here. So let's remember how to drive. Cup 2s are getting warm now, so there's less tire rubbing over the tarmac, but still, of course, the physics do push us out. The guys ahead of us warmed up their cars as well and themselves, and there's also less traffic, so they start moving away. Not sure if we're gonna try to keep up. I'm not feeling too confident of having the necessity to push. The pedal is also getting significantly softer, the brake pedal, which means those are indeed some Audi brakes. I hate to say it, but Audi brakes are some of the less track compliant, so you need to always be extra careful. I don't know what the setup is on those. I mean, I was told, but I already forgot from 3 weeks ago. I know those are big ceramics, so they technically should work, but also the S7, where they are from, or RS6 brakes. Try again, so let's hopefully it will record now. So, on the brakes. I think I also see the brakes smoking. We'll see towards the end of the lap. Are we in... Was that a limp mode? Maybe because of the oil temperature, because 126 is of course already like pushing it. Let's just slow down a bit, because of all the reasons. So I'm just gonna like cruise on 7th gear. There's a very fast M2, yeah, you may pass, don't worry about it. Fly through, sorry, I'm 4. Oh. Big mission with all the flashing lights, and then you got held up by a rental car in a very fast section. Now his lap time is ruined. All that effort and energy of high beams wasted for nothing. At least he got to practice to keep his girlfriend happy with the flashing lights, if you know what I mean. That's actually spray. That's, I guess, if you cannot make your girlfriend happy, you use some windscreen wipers to make stuff wet. Is that boosted Boris talking? Good. But yeah, I think screen wiper is not the best lubricant. Oh, look at his exhaust bouncing. Hope he's alright. Are you okay? So, oil temperature's dropped nicely. It's now like 116. So, it's quite alright. There's a fast E36 behind us, which will probably pass us. I think by now I will just be a bit quiet, because now focus on drive and not annoy you, and you can hear the Daza engine 3-inch exhaust. Conservative with the brakes still, because the pedal is much softer than it was before, so try not to use them too much. Bad, yellow flag. I was getting used to the car, so yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. I wonder if it's still yellow for what we saw previous lap. No, it looks like significantly worse. A proper traffic jam. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have one of these weekends this weekend. Not that it matters to you, because this video might get published in 3, 4, 5 months time, because we have so much content. Yeah, other than that, some Spanish E92 is already ready to pass me once the yellow flag clears out. Also, thinking what not to do based on the car behind me. The driver is wearing a helmet. The passenger is not. What happens when you have a small, not even a big, small sideways impact? Yep, you're gonna end up with a hole in your head. As a driver, you might end up killing your passenger. So yeah, if you guys go together in the car, either no helmets or helmets. It's a fully tracked car as far as I can see. Cannot see if he has also the cage going to the front. He has definitely like the back cage, but yeah, just a bit of concern. I mean, of course, you could go for an easy lap and then whatever, but judging by the pace he was doing behind me, it was not really an easy lap. Which is fine to not do easy laps, but okay, so the pedal is getting even more soft now, and I saw some smoke coming out. So it's a typical Audi thing. Now, as we're not driving fast, there is no brake cooling, because there's no wind cooling the brakes. And it ends up getting interesting. I believe we had, when was the Audi RS trash bin incident on the Nürburgring? 2 years ago, or was it last year? I think it was 2 years ago, when Audi RS3 came off the track. Maybe it was an S3 even. And it came off the track all fine, and then once it got in the car park, it had no brakes. So the driver had the choice I also need to watch out by going downhill. He had a choice of going into a GT3 RS or an M4 in front of him, or into a trash bin. So he chose the trash bin, so which is very good. So he crashed into the bin. He put the Audi directly into the bin, because that's where the Audi's brakes belong. Yeah. It's quite interesting, like this whole traffic jam situation. It's sad, because just as I started getting used to the car, but then again, I believe everything happens for a reason, and maybe it was the reason for this car to be slowed down before the pedal would fall through completely, even though I was trying not to use it much for the last couple of corners. Yeah, it is now 6 minutes 20 on Thursday. I think it was the 2nd. Thursday the 2nd of October, yeah, so you can know when we are driving. Yeah, track is open another 45 or another hour, 45 minutes or an hour. But considering the track conditions, I'm not sure if I will be going out again, because it's kind of like meh. Man, this like traffic jam all the way from there is quite interesting. Sad. So many lap times ruined. I'm speaking sarcastically, because like this M4 behind me that was flashing all the way to then be stopped by what's it called, by a rental car, the Golf R, and then now here. So all the flashing for what? Oh well, who am I? So I guess the whole lap is yellow. This could mean a couple of things: that someone spilled coolant, so they do not want to take any chances, or there's a car completely on fire. Oh, there is something happening. That might be it. Usually if it's that long, this means car either crashed or overheated and lost coolant, and therefore to be absolutely sure that it didn't spill coolant before it came to a stop, they put yellow all over the track. And as frustrating as it might be when you're doing your only first lap or whatever, in reality it's like whatever, you know, safety above everything. Oh, still yellow here. Maybe that's for a traffic jam. We'll see. Oh well, is the track even still open, or... Oh, the track's closed. So we're not doing any lap. Right, verdict on the car. We are going to... No, not in neutral. We are going to switch it off to a different mode. Let's put it to eco or comfort or something, so the valve gets closed, so I can actually talk to you. Look at that. They have a new LED sign showing where to go, what to do, which is good. We're gonna try to go to the car park because we might see some familiar faces for the weekend. My conclusion for the car: it's not a track car, so it would be unfair to say that, oh yeah, it didn't perform great. So we need to judge the book by its intention. Like, you know, if you're reading a comedy book, you cannot say like, oh yeah, the storyline sucked. Storyline can still be good or bad if it's a comedy. If you're reading comedy how-to, you cannot complain that there is no character development, because the main character is you. Anyway, what I'm getting at, this car is a fast daily, so we're not going to judge it on how it performed as a track car, because it's a daily. So it's a road car, and it's a public road, public session. So therefore, how did it perform here? On this particular public road, I would say it performed quite alright. The engine was good. It was getting a bit hot, but it's typical. But it was also cooling down again if you would let off, so the temperature was dropping alright, but not as good as it could have been. Not sure about the 650 horsepower claim, because as mentioned, M2s were ahead of me. I was flat on the gas and they were moving away from me. So realistically, most of the track M2s here, they go towards maybe like 550 and towards maybe 600, but after that they keep it, they actually don't do it. I mean, M2 might be lighter than this, but I don't really think so. But regardless, the car should not be like moving away this much, my opinion. Could be right or wrong. Didn't feel also like 650. 500? Yes, yeah, for sure. Maybe a bit more, because especially if the stock power is like 400 with a bigger turbo, yada yada, it made sense. Brakes, yeah, you've seen it. Well, you didn't see it because they were like smoking, unless you saw that. Not ideal, but more importantly, suspension is actually a very good setup. Tires are great, of course, Cup 2, so good there. So overall, great daily car, fast car, definitely sleeper. You'll definitely surprise some supercars, sports cars at the traffic light. And it's a functional family car. I mean, you have the space, you have the comfort. It's good. What else do you want? For the track, brakes need upgrade. Brake cooling, brake fluid, potentially other pads, whatever is necessary to make it to make not go Audi mode, that you don't end up in the bin, or worse, in the barrier. So yeah, I liked it. You know what I also definitely liked is that the understeer factor, once the tires were warmed up, it was not that bad. It was not as good as a stock car, that there was less understeer on a stock car, because now you have weight of the big RS Daza engine and also over the front axle, but yeah, it was still not as bad as I would expect. So overall, quite nice. So yeah, let's roll through the car park, see what's happening there. Maybe say hello to a few people, and yeah, then go home, have a nap or something.